What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. Season is over. I know you guys saw my last video and we were out doing it with Joe Fab and the boys. We had a blast. Joe's car friggin' rips. But unfortunately, the season is over. The weather's still pretty good, so we may try to squeeze in one more. I'm not sure. My car's over at Shock Talk right now getting the suspension tuned, but we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, we're back here at the main shop at San Lamo, and we've got a lot of work going on. Joe is busy as usual. But check this thing out, guys. An all aluminum sand drag car. This thing is friggin' sick. Super long. I don't even know what that is or what to call that. I know it's a 2-speed air shifted deal. We're gonna be wiring up the air shifter and stuff. There's a billet aluminum Volkswagen block for this thing, but it is friggin' sick. I know we've been talking a lot about Joe's truck and how far along it is. He just redid the interior panels. We're waiting to finish the headliner, but the inside's all done. And then I've got to jump over here and finish wiring this thing. It is very close. All the cooler lines are ran, everything's done. And we have actually test fired this. Wedo and I test fired it one time, but maybe by next week we'll get this thing running as well. And then I'm working on a brand new San Lamo over here. This is a refab car that got completely stripped, repainted, powder coated, refab San Lamo Cruiser. I am in the midst of wiring this car up right now. They're starting to pile up outside. We've got a 2-seater there. We got Digital Dan's car here that's getting a sequential and a Kenny Bell blower. And then the mini truck. Let me show you guys the mini truck. They started working on this a couple weeks ago. They got the old motor out and the K24 and the Power Glide in. Check it out. Mock-up blocks in there. Power Glide trans is in. Starter even fit. It was a tight fit, but they got it in. Joe's gonna make some beefy motor mounts to go to each side, but we've measured and made sure we have enough clearance for the harmonic balancer and everything, and it looks like we are good to go. This early 60s Datsun is gonna be K-Series power. This will be friggin' sick. Guys, the inside, I'm sorry about the wind. So had to make some room for the transmission, had to cut the firewall just a little bit, but we're gonna make a cover, an aluminum cover for that. Ooh, and something just flew out of here. Oh, nice. So Joe's gonna make a new cover for the transmission and get this thing all ready to go to the drive shaft shop so they can make a custom drive shaft for it. And then I think it's gonna end up going back to Tennessee to Tom to build a motor. If not, it'll stay with me and it'll get built in my shop. I'm not quite sure what we're doing yet. I'm gonna have to talk to Tom about that. But yeah, man, this thing's moving forward. And then guess what, guys? Brandon, our TIG welder, he got himself a car for free. And I know it doesn't look like much right now, and it was on fire at one time. But this is Brandon's car. So they're gonna get this in the shop pretty soon, get it all stripped down. They're going to cut the entire roof off of it, build a normal style roof for Brandon, and they're going to let him loose with the TIG welder and do the things that he does. And yeah, so I think the story on this car was the fuel cell, the mount broke and it hit the starter. And look at that, it just blew the whole back of it out. So hopefully the transmission's still good. But yeah, Brandon's going to have himself a little ripper for next season too. So it should be a lot of fun. So guys, as you saw from the thumbnail, we got ourselves a brand new rig. Well, brand new to us. This is a 2000 and, I don't remember what year it is, but it's a Weekend Warrior SLC 3705. 37-foot fifth wheel. And no more hotels when we're out drag racing. Unfortunately for this upcoming Speed Fest, I will not be able to have this with me because it's going in for some repair. But let's go inside and take a look. So got some drop down steps here, but I'm not going to drop those down right now. Tons of room in here. So I've got from this first cabinet all the way to the back. It's like 17 and a half, 18 feet. These beds go up. They're Happy Jack. And these beds actually, this bed drops down as well. These chairs move out of the way. I can pull my Honda or my sand car right inside here. And we'll have tons of... One of the reasons why I wanted this model trailer is because of the front bedroom, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. So if my car's in here and strapped down, we still have access to a full kitchen, refrigerator, go up the stairs, full bathroom, full closet space, and then this is also a slide-out bedroom. This bed actually slides all the way out, but if you're pulled over on a roadside for a quick stop, you don't even have to slide the bed out. You can just hop in, grab you some shut-eye, and get right back on the road. But this is freaking cool, man. I'm totally excited about this. Like I said, it does have some roof issues in the back, so we're going to send this out to Warrior Repair in California and get it repaired. But Sherry spent a good solid 2 days in here cleaning the shower, cleaning out the whole bathroom and toilet situation. The only other issue the trailer had was the wallpaper was delaminating off the walls. So we're going to end up peeling the rest of this and just painting this white, which would be totally fine. There's a couple spots in the bedroom here as well where it kind of starting to come off. So like I said, drop down here, back in the living area. Big refrigerator, same size refrigerator that's in my other toy hauler. Tons of storage in this trailer. We have closet over there, closet there, closet there, full closet behind that mirror, spice rack here, storage up above, storage up there. Let's check the generator situation. 1,260 hours on the gen. Let's go ahead and see if that thing will fire up. There she goes. Full inverter system, so all the outlets over here are powered off of the inverter so that we don't have to have the generator running for 110. We got a ceiling fan up there. We got this little TV right here, but we're going to ditch that and put a big TV up here eventually. Tons of storage up here. Like, we've just got storage for days in this thing, which I'm totally excited about. So let's go ahead and take a look outside, check out the exterior. All right, so the only outside storage it really has is the big compartment down here. But it is freaking huge in there. You could actually throw a mattress in there and sleep in there if you really wanted to. But tons of storage for my spare parts and what have you when we go out racing. So, like I said, I got a ripping deal on this trailer. Really good deal from an old friend. And like I said, it's got a couple little issues here and there. But it's going off to Weekend Warrior Repair, and they are going to go through it front to back. There's a soft spot in the roof they're going to fix for me. I'll show you a picture of that here. And then I'm going to have them what they call strip and reseal. So they're going to pull all these moldings off, and then they'll reseal all of this trailer. So a couple things we have done already is we had to put some new batteries in it. So let's open up the battery compartment here. All right, I'm going to open up the generator and battery compartment. So we got our Onan 5500 in there. Got a couple of new deep cycles, propane tanks there. This is going to get fixed. I'll glue that back down. And somebody's gone through the wiring. Did a pretty decent job of cleaning everything up. Got your disconnect switch there for the inverter. Got some oil there for the generator. And then they converted this to 2 jacks instead of 1, which is cool. So it's got 2 electric jacks in it. Makes this thing real easy to lift up and down with the switches here. Other side of the storage area. Big hot water heater. Way bigger than the one in my Warrior. Have them put a new door on the water filler. Back of the fridge. They'll clean the windows. They'll clean up all this stuff for me, but Totally stoked on the new rig, guys. So tomorrow will be first road trip on the new rig. We're towing it out to Warrior Repair in California, and they're going to get all the repairs done that we need on this thing. All right, well, we got the toy hauler dropped off at Warrior Repair. We're back home, and I've got PFI Speedfest coming up, and I've got a little bit of a list here for the enclosed trailer. The battery box, the inverter, and the solar panels are probably not going to happen. I did do the RV door holder, so that's done. I'm working on my fire suppression. I already fixed my shifter plate, and front brakes are also done. And I made some test hits the other day. My front brakes stopped working. Well, I had to pump them a bunch. I'll show you right here, the test hits. And, turns out, when I switched to the DSS Pro level axles, I guess I can show you guys over here. The splines in those hubs that I have don't come all the way back. They stop in here. So what was happening is the axle was stopping before the base circle or the base of the axle was touching the wheel bearing right here. So this hole, once I tightened up the nut, it wouldn't sandwich the wheel bearing in there. So it was rocking. It wouldn't touch this area right here. So on the Pro level axle, these are 5.9s. On the Pro level, way more area between here, the end of the splines, and the what I'm calling either the base circle or the face that touches the bearing. They're longer here. So I had to add some spacers on the axles until I can get DSS style or DSS hubs that are 5-lug. I've got a set of 4-lug ones there that'll work, but my car is 5-lug. A friend of mine reached out. He's got a set of 5-lug DSS ones that he wants to trade me for those. So we'll get that worked out. But we've got a few more things going on with Che Bella here. Let me show you what we got going on. So engine-wise, everything's the same. Turbo's the same. We just did a bunch of drivetrain upgrades. DSS Pro level axles. As you guys can see from down there, I've got a Speed Factory billet bell housing. Also now rocking a PPG 4-speed dog box. So we'll be able to use the strain gauge. Finally, we got away from the synchro stuff. Not completely, but I'll show you guys that in a minute. But this is going to be my drag race transmission for going to PFI Speedfest, and I'll probably rock this combination with the new aluminum rod motor that I'm working on now. So the aluminum rod motor will stay bolted to this transmission if I want to go really, really fast. And then over here, we've got my synchro transmission. When I scored that transmission, it also came with a Pro Billet Engineering spare bell housing. This is the Gear X first and second with the PAR third and fourth, and then an OEM fifth. So this is a 5-speed transmission, which now we have a billet bell housing on, billet cuff back there. And we've got some other stuff going on up here with some other transmission stuff. I've got some gears out getting cryo treated for the transfer case for that transmission. So this transmission will consist of synchro. So it means I got to use the clutch to shift. Transfer case gears have been cryo treated and rim polished. It's got an LSD in it. And then that axle combination will be my DSS 5.9s, which are over here. That's these two here. Those will go with that transmission. And then this transmission will stay with all the Pro level stuff. So that's kind of where we're at. If I want to do another drag and drive where I'm towing a trailer and stuff behind here, we'll use the synchro transmission. And then maybe on the last day, we swap out to the dog box and go, a second and a half faster than that one does, and really mess up everybody's averages. But anyways, that's where we're at right now. A couple other things I got going on off of the list. So spare trans and axles, they just need to go in the trailer. We're just waiting on the transfer case gears. And then install fire suppression. So we are putting a fire suppression system in this car. After seeing my friend Jamie on fire a couple years ago with his Civic. saw how well his fire suppression worked, I went ahead and I bought that Integra a while back, and it actually had a fire suppression system in it. I removed it all. So I'm putting one nozzle here, spraying down at my fuel system. The other nozzle will be inside here in the car, spraying down in this area, you know, basically on me. I'm not so concerned with, as much concerned with saving the car as I am saving myself. So if anything happens, I can just reach up here, pull that out. That's my fire release. And it will, I got the extinguisher back here. I got to mount it still. But a couple little things before Speedfest. We are leaving later this week. And hopefully Che Bella goes super, super fast, boys. So what's left on the list? Front wheel speed, probably not going to happen this week. And then impacts and batteries just need to go in the trailer. I should probably move that over to there. But that's it. We'll be ready to go. My truck is getting a new water pump, radiator, and turbocharger installed in it. That's that Ford 6.7 Life. And then my harness schedules. I'm working on Mike and Noah's cars. Mike is Noah's dad. Mike's car is over at San Lamo, and Noah's car's got the street bike motor that is getting fuel tech. Go check this one out, guys. I don't know if I've even showed you guys this car or not. I don't think so. So, custom built car. It's a Honda. Oh God, I don't want to mess up what it is. Blackhawk, and then Mike built a turbo manifold for it. They're turbocharging it. I'm working on getting the Fuel Tech FT550 harness done and installed. I got the A and B plugs there, and then Mike made a bracket, so the Fuel Tech's going to go right here, and then we're going to take this thing off to Colorado and get this thing tuned up out at PFI. So as I get further into the wiring on this car, guys, I will do an entire video on this. About, you know, getting it wired and using the 20-foot unterminated harness from Fuel Tech and adapting it to the street bike motor. Like I said, the desert season for us is over. Glamis Fab is closed. We are over at the main shop working like crazy, as you guys seen. I'm gonna try to go to like Utah and some other places in the off season. My car is over at Shock Talk right now getting the suspension tuned. As soon as it's done, I'm going to make a Glamis run, go and test it. I'll bring you guys along for that. And then we're planning a dune trip. As soon as my weekend Warrior is done, we're going to load the sand car in the new Warrior and head out and go do some tuning on some other parts of the country. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give us a like and a subscribe. And if you really want to support this channel, go on to theduneaddict.com. Grab yourself some merch. Everything right now, I believe, is 30% off on the website. We're trying to blow out all the old stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give us a like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and we will see you guys in the next video.